There you go.
All right, welcome back to the studio. We're your hosts for this one anyway. It's Marquez, Vin, and Brandon. It's been a busy couple weeks. We've been in and out. Andrew's about to leave and be a dad, and that's exciting. I just got back from a tournament, which is kind of exciting, but not as exciting. But the idea here is we didn't want to let Apple's event fly under the radar because there was one really interesting thing about it that all of us were very curious about. The fact that they announced at the very end and unveiled that it was shot entirely on the iPhone. Did you guys have thoughts about shot on iPhone before already? I feel like there's preconceived notions about, there's so much gear, they're using the third-party app, they're doing all this other stuff, but...
Yeah, I thought they were using external lenses, but...
No.
Yeah.
Seemingly not so, yeah.
iPhone lenses, but third-party rigging, stabilization, to maximize those lenses.
About $4 million worth of other gear, but still shot on iPhone.
Technically true. They should do more evening events. I'm just throwing that out there.
Hard agree.
It's kind of like a better time when everyone's really like awake, dude.
It's prime time.
See, like this shot is crazy.
Yeah, there's like no noise, so there's definitely like a lot of post-process noise reduction.
There's been some rumblings about how the smoke and bats and things added in post was obviously for the vibes, but also conveniently hides any noise.
Also, wait, back up real quick. Like a few frames. If you see the flag right there, that pirate flag. So the pirate flag, and this story is like basically about like the Mac, like it goes back to the Mac team specifically. Like I don't know the exact like story arc of the flag itself, but it has to do with the Mac team. It goes back a long time. They sell shirts with it. It's like very like, you know, well known in the inner Apple circle, but that's kind of a fun Easter egg that is there in the video.
Yeah, a lot of smoke, a lot of CGI. I'm imagining some of it's practical, some of it's added in post. Totally cool.
I'd be curious to know what's practical though.
That's always going to be a question. We never know with Apple how much of it is practical. I imagine the bats were not practical.
Definitely not.
But you never know.
Those are
like,
Apple bats.
This smoke I completely see as being practical.
There's definitely like a little fog machine there or something.
Right.
That
right at that corner.
That low-lying fog.
So at this point in the event, I'm watching this, and I'm not thinking at all about how it's shot. It looks just like any other Apple event. We're also live streaming it, so it's probably just coming through at like 720p at this point, so I'm not thinking shot on iPhone at all as I'm watching it. In hindsight, I look back at this. Really good looking shot, really well lit, quite sharp, very impressive for a phone. Very impressive for a phone.
Yeah, what like I immediately picked up was that it wasn't too shallow of a depth of field, and it looks kind of like they're shooting around like, if it was full frame, maybe like a f5.6 to like f8.
And that's kind of their style.
Yeah.
They shoot
like they do that anyways.
Yeah. So again, shot on iPhone, stabilized
That's
into a
definitely
CGI, and then
Still
masked
CGI.
into a new scene.
This is
pretty
practical.
sick.
And like what you can kind of see there is like a slight disruption in just like the rate of movement happening between the three shots, because you have a real shot, you have the CGI transition, and then you go into the third real shot. And like you do like if you're really looking, like you can sort of see a disruption that happens, but like again, you're not gonna notice that the first time through. It's very seamless.
Do you guys have any key giveaways that you look for when you're trying to find like what's shot on the phone versus like a more traditional camera?
Yeah. So one is sharpening, the way it happens in camera. They mentioned they shot log here, which I do believe is less sharp, and you can use. It looked like they edited this in DaVinci Resolve actually, and not in Final Cut Pro. They didn't show. We'll get to the behind the scenes, but I don't think there was any Final Cut Pro happening. Regardless, sharpening in general, the way that looks to a big frame camera versus a small sensor camera. And then depth of field, you kind of just get a feel for optics as you see different looks over time. And like we said, it just so happens that Apple regularly shoots very closed down, deep depth of field shots, especially for these like talking heads. I think the inspirational part of this is like, oh, this is shot on an iPhone So you should feel like you can go out and take amazing videos on your iPhone. That's why they want this to get out. Great, good message, it's true. But all they technically mean when they say shot on iPhone is the sensor that is in your iPhone is the one that captured the video that you saw. And the rest of that, actually the glass too, but the rest of that is, you probably don't have these lights.
Yeah, the iPhone doesn't buy you a sky panel.
Yeah.
I think the thing
They
is
just
like
know how to monitor it and control contrast.
when you have brilliant colorists on this, like they had Company 3 on this, you can literally color a turd to look like a flower. Like
They're really good at it.
it's incredible. And like I haven't personally played with Apple's new log format on iPhone 15. I hear incredible things. I've seen some pretty incredible examples. But like it really does go to show that like coloring is a huge part of it.
So, okay, this is behind the scenes. There's your lights.
There's the techno crane.
There's the crane.
That's
There's
a
the
whole lot of
stapler.
rig right there, man.
A whole lot of.
Oh yeah, they were on that techno crane the whole time, pretty much.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Sorry.
Da Vinci,
I'm already
see?
doing this. What play right there?
That's a body. That's a Ronin.
That's a
Oh,
Rovin.
that's so
Look,
interesting.
they made like a fake camera body
so they just have the
for
weight.
Yep.
So if
That's
you're gonna,
awesome.
if you're gonna, you can't. I guess you could just put an iPhone in there, but it wouldn't work as well. But they're right behind
Yep.
this guy.
That's Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
That's Da Vinci.
Those are the color wheels.
And so I assume because of that shot that they colored that shot with Da Vinci. Huge stabilization rigs,
Yeah.
tons of lights,
Lot
lots
of
of
Ronins.
fog, a lot of Ronins making appearances.
Tube light.
affordable gimbals now too.
Yeah.
Like we own a Ronin 2, and you can definitely buy an RS3.
Go back real quick. I keep doing this. I'm sorry. This rig, right there. This rig is crazy. I don't even know what he's doing.
Oh,
at this
he's
point.
a DIT.
But like, he has a pen in his hand. He has an
Uh-huh.
iPad in front of him. At least what looks to be an iPad.
That too.
That thing. This is just.
He's basically like doing a live import, I think.
You're basically the two things
I
that they're
guess
taking
so.
advantage of that everyone with an
live
iPhone can take advantage of are one, log. You got log happening, and two, it's shooting to an external drive using USB-C. From there, I don't know. They're doing a whole bunch of other things, splitting off viewing feeds, monitors, whatever.
This ain't shot on iPhone.
Not sure.
Nothing behind the scenes.
They might be.
Okay, so this is interesting. That shot right there is without the fog.
Yeah, and you can see it. They
It
had to
looks
do
different.
a lot of work in log. They probably have a lot of information in log in those shadows, and they're trying not to have a ton of noise. And so you get the vibes, you get the fog, you get the bats.
But it's
I actually
like
think that full thing is CGI now. Looking back,
if
at
I showed you that clip at the very beginning without the fog,
Yeah,
would you be suspect?
I'd say that's shot on a phone.
oh yeah, no, that looks like
Looks shot on a
fun.
phone.
I would
Interesting.
believe that.
So there's the drone rig.
Yeah, that's sick. It's got a Ronin on top again. So they shot with the what app is that again? Blackmagic.
Yeah.
Shot with the
Yeah,
Blackmagic app.
yeah.
That's a free app, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of commotion in the comments saying why didn't they shoot on the stock iPhone camera app? And the answer is because the Blackmagic one has better manual controls.
Also, I want to point this
But
out
Apple won't say that.
for you specifically, Marquez. Do you see what frame rate they're shooting at?
Where I don't see.
Read them out loud.
Oh, there it is.
The correct-
29.97. The correct frame rate.
One of the things that Mariah brought up, which I actually have been thinking about a lot, is there's a clip in here of them having a manual focus with
Oh, there it is.
connected to this camera. And as
think
far
that's-
as I know, there's no way to do that in software yet. So I don't really know.
So
What's up?
That piece of hardware can talk directly to the Blackmagic camera app, which is probably
Can
another
it?
reason why they used that over
Okay.
the Apple one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The Blackmagic app will give you manual focus pulling, and they may have figured out a way to get that. What is that, Tilta or something? To talk
It looks-
to
no,
that
it's
function.
directly
I
in
have,
settings.
I have the app, and it's officially supported by them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Since day one.
Wow.
That's sick.
That's crazy.
Special thanks to Blackmagic Design and Bscript.
That's
Blackmagic
the
being the
cage.
software, Bscript being some of the rigging they used. Cool to give them shout outs. There's plenty more. I saw Ronin stuff in there. I saw other stuff in there. But yeah, I've always wanted to see behind the scenes. Now I want to see behind the scenes of the other ones, which, to be
Yeah.
fair, is probably the same, just with an Alexa or a Venice.
Yep.
Yeah.
But pretty cool nonetheless. I think if people oversimplify, then what they will get out of this is, in order to get a good video, I need an iPhone. I think the truth is, in order to get a good video, you need to get skilled at understanding the fundamentals of shooting good video. And when you get good at the fundamentals of shooting good video, you can get video out of a large variety of gear. They have the best gear, so their footage looks the best. Great. I don't think it takes away from it. I just think it's like the barrier to entry to shooting good video is lower than ever before, and that's kind of a win for everyone.
I was at the event, and there were like a bunch of other YouTubers there, and what was crazy was like when that piece of text appeared on the screen after the event was over, there was an audible gasp that happened in that room.
I can see that. That's all.
And like that's the kind of thing where it's just like you would have never known. You would have never known.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
Gonna know.
No one's gonna know.
All right.
How are they gonna know?
Here's a question to answer. Here's a question to end this on. Do you think that we could shoot an entire main channel MKBHD video, talking head A-roll, beautiful cinematography, B-roll, intro sequence, all robot shot, everything on an iPhone, and not reveal it to the end of the video and actually get that same moment? Do you think we have the skills to pull that off?
If we hire company 3 and
Because I'm up for a
After
challenge, is what I'm trying to
production
say. I think we could try it.
I'd be down.
I think we could try it.
I'd be down.
I like the idea of publishing a whole video and then the next day being like, did you guys notice anything about that video? This was shot on a phone. That feels fun.
Like and subscribe for more. Stay
We'll
tuned.
see. It'll be a good time. Catch
or
you
else.
Deuces.
Just smacks the studio display.